Thank you very much for coming. This is an appeal to the public for help in relation to the murder of Inga Maria Hauser, which is probably one of Northern Ireland's most iconic murders, even amongst our troubled past. 30 years ago, Inga Maria Hauser set sail on the ferry, the Galway Princess, a ferry which is probably well known to many of us from a certain generation. And she set sail on that ferry to come to Northern Ireland, which she was very excited to do. She was very interested in culture, she was very interested in music, and Ireland was a place which she really wanted to visit, but Ireland was a place which she would never leave alive. On this 30th anniversary, we're taking the opportunity to make a number of specific appeals to the public, and I still believe that there are people out in the community who have information who will help us resolve the Inga Maria Hauser case, a case actually which we believe that we are still very close to solving. The first of these revolves around Lauren. We know that Inga Maria Hauser was on the boat. She's quite distinctive. She's wearing a floral dress. She's carrying two rucksacks. One is a blue rucksack and one is a smaller sleeping bag cover, but it had a very distinctive badge, USAF, United States Air Force, but it was just the initials and that was sewn on it. She was also carrying two white shoes which were tied to the rucksack, as backpackers would tend to do. We know she was on the boat, but we have never had a confirmed sighting of her either getting into a vehicle on the ferry or coming off the ferry across the land bridge and into the ferry terminus. And that information to us would be extremely significant. Inga Maria Hauser wanted to go south. She was going to go through Belfast to Dublin, but she didn't. She ended up in directly the opposite direction. She ended up north at the place of her murder at Ballypatrick Forest Park. And we are appealing again for anybody who has any information about her movements in the ferry terminus to come forward. But we do know that she did not make it as far as a railway platform, and that was her intended destination in the port. We've said on a number of occasions that we have DNA evidence recovered from the scene. We have made huge strivings to try and match that DNA. We've talked face to face with around 1,700 people. We have used cutting edge science to try and match that DNA. That DNA has not been matched to date, and we believe obviously that that is a very, very significant line of inquiry for us. And there may well be somebody out in the community who knows who that DNA belongs to. We retain an open mind about it. We need to match it, we need to find that individual, and once we do, then the context of that DNA will become clear to the inquiry, and I make that appeal again. Now, we are still using technology, and we're waiting for the results of further familial DNA testing, which covers the whole of the United Kingdom. Literally, we're expecting them to be delivered to us over the next few days. But I would make that appeal to the public. If you think you know who that DNA may belong to, then please tell us. A short time ago, I went across to Munich and I spoke to Friederike, who is Inga Maria's sister. Her father, Joseph, is dead. He died from cancer. Her mother is extremely ill. Her father died. Her mother, in her illness, still don't know who murdered their daughter. When she came to visit our land at a time actually when a lot of people wouldn't come. She did, and she ended up paying for that with her life. Friederike shows clear signs of stress this very day about what happened all those years ago. It clearly has had a massive impact on her life, and the thoughts of myself, the investigation team, are with her. But it has occurred to us, and as we gather information about what has happened, that actually that these events have had an impact on other people's lives as well. And we believe it may well have had an impact on the killer or killers of Inga Maria Hauser. We think that the lives of their families suffered in this as well. We think that the lives of their family continue to suffer to this very day. And we would say that this 30th anniversary provides the absolute ideal opportunity for those people who are involved in the killing, or who are involved in cover-up of the killing, or who are involved in the fact that they know who did the killing but still haven't come forward to sit down and reflect and think to themselves, it's a time that common humanity overcomes any misplaced loyalties that may exist. And we'd ask them to think very, very carefully about that over the next 2 weeks. I'd like to finish this part of the appeal by thanking the community in North Antrim. The community in North Antrim have been absolutely fantastic in connection with this investigation, and I cannot praise them highly enough. Thousands of people have come forward to try and help us. Thousands of people and their help has brought us to the stage where we are today, which is probably not that far off actually coming to the final resolution of this case with the potential of bringing somebody before the courts. And I hope that this appeal on this 30th anniversary provides us with that few final pieces of evidence that we need to make that a reality.